wins it for the Grizzlies. Show-stopping performance by Ja Morant. Wow. The ball, and they kind of left Jones out on an island by himself there against a guy that I don't know that there's anybody in this league that can guard this young man one-on-one. He went for 13 in the third. He scores 14 in the fourth. 27 second-half points. Morant goes for 34 in 35 and wins it at the buzzer in his first game of the season. Yeah, I mean, an incredible individual effort by Ja Morant, who was nothing short of spectacular in the second half. But if you're New Orleans, you got to wonder, why not run a second body at him and force somebody else to beat you? What a performance. Ja Morant is back.
Move into the future with the Xfinity 10G network. A reliable connection even with everyone online. Plus quick and easy install options. Get your new home ready for anything with the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity.
Imagine transforming not just your livelihood, but your entire... Hi there, I'm Adam Sherrington, founder and CEO.
Digs it out, Clark on the pickup. Morant. He spins. Morant scores! And the timer expires. Count the basket. And Ja Morant for a chance to win it in his return. Here goes Morant. He spins. Morant scores! And the timer expires. Count the basket. And Ja Morant wins it for the Grizzlies. In the fourth. 7 second-half points. Morant goes for 34 in 35 minutes and wins it at the buzzer in his first game of the season. Yeah, I mean, an incredible individual effort by Ja Morant, who was nothing short of spectacular in the second half. But if you're New Orleans, you got to wonder, why not run a second body at him and force somebody else to beat you? What a performance.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Better. Let me see. Well, anyway, okay, we got me on here. Let me just go back. X, bang. So I said I was gonna come back, and I was gonna do.
Des, with your back, I remember.
So I was gonna come back later on, and I was gonna do a video with Bane. I think the last one I did was Ja. So I'm gonna do Bane, Jeffrey Jackson Jr., probably G.G. Jackson, a couple more of them. See, can we, Okay, I got a new one. Part 1 interview. Okay, this is my part 2. Let me see. Okay. All right. Okay. Part 2. Exit interview.
Before, I think it was last season, you were saying how you were gonna start doing more things to kind of like take care of your back and stuff like that after the situation in the Golden State series. Is the situation you're dealing with right now similar in any way to what you dealt with then, in terms of your back, and just how you feeling overall?
Not really. It is the same, injury or whatnot. But that was like an acute, injury when I heard it in Golden State. And then it just linger, what I'm saying, here and there, like some back stiffness and stuff like that. But, I feel great. I'm in a good spot. Been doing stuff on the court, been lifting. So yeah, I'm in a real good spot going into the off season.
Gigi, obviously, as a rookie, he's always he tries to be honest. And at one point this season, he said it feels like you're kind of the captain of the team. Do you feel as if that is your role to try to keep this team together? And I guess where does your leadership stand among the core three of you, Ja, and Jaren?
Yeah, I mean, I think that first I appreciate Gigi having those kind words, but coaches, we've been having dialogue and back and forth conversations about it and stuff too. And, that's an area that I do feel like, I can continue to grow in, but I do feel like I have some leadership qualities, that I can use to lead the group. And, I'm continuing to grow in a bunch of facets of my game. And, that's just one other area that, I'm focusing on this off season and, really trying to come back with the right mindset, right mentality, and pour into everybody, and make sure we're locked in, ready to go.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical products.
looking back on this season, how disappointing was it? I know you had a goal to make it to the All-Star game in your hometown in Indianapolis and not making the playoffs, and looking forward, how long should get back list for next year?
Yeah, I mean, we there's no short motivation. I mean, it's all there. It's always there for me, but with the way not just this year but the year before kind of finished, I think we'll be back and we'll be better for sure.
Hey, Des. You really did your own this year. You and Jaron both kind of having to shoulder a big load with the injuries that everybody had. Do you feel like that's something that you want to sustain going forward? And do you have any big development plans for the summer?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be better. I'll continue to get better. That's my MO, and I want to continue to grow. As a one-on-one player this summer. Throughout the season to me, and doing different things in the pick and roll. So just being able to attack different mismatches and things, I think will be an area to grow throughout the summer.
Des, you've always approached the summer just as every bit as important as the regular season in terms of preparation and leadership. Curious, how will you consume the playoffs this year, knowing what you guys have, the potential coming back? What can you learn from this postseason run when you see some of these younger teams that you guys came up with in the West?
It's going to be hard to sit there them first, couple days and watch, but like you said, I think there's a lot to learn. Just seeing how teams operate. Obviously the playoffs is a lot different than the regular season. The game is up. Players, have to kind of step up, and schemes change. So just seeing, how the game's played, and see how we can learn from that and be better and have a good game plan going into next year, hoping that we can go make a run.
You guys just recently saw Marcus Gasol's jersey go up, hanging next to Zebo's. What's it like to, the conversation between you, Ja, and Jaron, just the fact that you guys also want to be up there, but to also deliver this franchise the first championship in history?
Yeah, I mean, congratulations to Mark. I didn't get a chance to play with him, but, I grew up watching him, and an unbelievable player. But, it's great for the Grizzlies organization, to be able to honor, somebody like that. And, not just me, John, and Jaron, but, everybody on the team, it's something that you can strive for, and, set goals to be able to hopefully get to that point. And we all know that, that doesn't happen unless you win. And where it starts, and, what comes with it comes with it.
Des right here. I think for you and Jaron, much larger leadership roles with all the injuries that happened. But we talked at the beginning of the year, we talked a lot about what Derrick Rose and Marcus Smart would bring to the table in that capacity as well. I'm just wondering what you learned from them and what you can kind of take moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, two guys that have been around the league for a long time. I think you look at Derrick, and his poise is something that you can't teach. He dealt with a lot this year, on and off the court. So just seeing the way that, he was able to bounce back and kept a positive spirit, and was, there for some of the younger guys and things was, a sight to see for sure. He's one of the most resilient dudes I know. And, Marcus, being vocal and speaking up, is something that we can all continue to do.
I got two for you. There's one.
When you have rheumatoid arthritis,
smallest things can feel like
I
the
let her
biggest
finish.
obstacles, but Zeljans may help. Zelj
Hopefully get to that point. And we all know that, that doesn't happen unless you win. So that's where it starts. And, what comes with it comes with it.
Des right here. I think for you and Jaron especially, kind of having to take on much larger leadership roles with all the injuries that happened. But we talked at the beginning of the year, we talked a lot about what Derrick Rose and Marcus Smart would bring to the table in that capacity as well. I'm just wondering what you learned from them and what you can kind of take moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, two guys that have been around the league for a long time. I think you look at Derrick and his poise is, something that you can't teach. He dealt with a lot this year, on and off the court. So just seeing the way that, he was able to bounce back and kept a positive spirit and was, there for some of the younger guys and things was, a sight to see for sure. He one of the most resilient dudes I know. And, Marcus, being vocal and speaking up, is something that we can all continue to do.
I got two for you. There's one when you reflect kind of on the beginning of the season, not the end, when you had some of the guys at the beginning, but Ja was out and you guys were struggling in that stretch, kind of reflecting back on that. What have you learned from that kind of gives you confidence that going into next year, if there was a stretch without Ja, you'd be able to play a little bit better? And then secondly, simple, do you think G.G. Jackson, based on what he showed since January going on, you think he deserves to be on the all-rookie team?
First question, I think we learned a lot. We learned a lot about each other, ourselves, our system. Ja is obviously a high-level playmaker and can do a lot of things. And when he's not out there, it has to be, kind of by committee. So I think that, if there is a chance that, he misses some time next year, we will be better prepared because of it. And Gigi, he's in my opinion, if he would have played the whole season with us, he'd probably first team all rookie. But he definitely deserves a spot on the team. Some of the things that he's been able to do, not only on the offensive end, but
Y'all hear that? Did you hear that, man? They like this year was really probably the best thing that could have happened to him. Right? Injuries, you discovered two players who probably gonna be able to help far as with the bench or maybe even the starting lineup. But I know there's two guys for sure, G.G. Jackson and Vincent Williams Jr. that end up fighting for a position and end up earning a contract, and G.G. earned a contract also. So I like to see it like this. You got Ja, Bane, I'm gonna say, yeah, Jerry Jackson Jr. That's three. Who my fourth one? Bane. What I said, Ja, Bane, Jared. And so what I'm saying is I'm missing two stars. They missing two stars. And I said Marcus Smart. In some games you could match them up as small forward, power forward, whatever, but I don't like that idea. I just wish they go ahead, find a guy who can guard three. He a three and he can guard 1 through 5. You can find a guy like that, or if not, you can find somebody that fit what the Memphis Grizzlies do on defense, and as well as knock down 3-point shots. Like you got guys, veteran guys like that in the league. So this gonna be an exciting offseason. They got draft pick coming in. They got multiple draft picks, and they have multiple players, and they got the lottery pick coming. So everything looking pretty good. They should be pretty good when this draft get ready to come around. But they got so many players, ain't no telling. They I know they got to trade somebody. They trade, and I know these are the players that more likely will not get traded. And you know who that is? The three. That's the core: Ja, Bane, and Tripp. They not getting traded. Now, earlier I said I was suspect about it, and I said I think that the Grizzlies probably should try to get something for Smart or get something for Luke Kennard. The reason why I said that, even though Luke Kennard is a rare sharpshooter in the league that you definitely need on your team, but his problem is he can't play defense, right? So some matchups, maybe a lot of the matchups, man, they go back at him. So my thing was, and then plus I think he was making 13, 14 million, and Marcus Smart making like 16, 17 million. So I said to help help that, what I say, I want to clean them books up. What you mean by that? You ain't got that. You got 3 MAC play on your team. Bane, I think Bane stuff kick in this year. He kick in now. I think it's now or somewhere in June or at the end of this season it kick in or something like that. But anyway, they don't have enough money to go get no real superstar. I don't think they don't got enough money. So I was saying, well, maybe they could restructure and trade. Now, what you know about the trades? Well, first of all, you know you can find something for Luke Kennard, and you know you can them two right there beside the core 3. You know somebody to take Marcus Smart, and you know somebody to take Luke Kennard. But if Memphis front office can hit on these draft picks and whoever they get in the free agency, if they can hit on them where it fit what Memphis actually wants to do is play fast and defend and rebound. One thing that they did do when Steven Adams was a part and Valanciunas was a part, man, they was topping offensive rebounding. So whatever you do, make sure when you do go get this big, he a hell of an offensive rebounder. Now, interested to see, will the Grizzlies get a big that could rebound, defense? Will they just stick with, and go get somebody like that, play defense and rebound? I'm talking about in the free agent pool. Now you probably could find somebody. You got Nick Claxton, they was talking about him. Maybe Grizz can get him on a small, nice little deal that'll fit the team or whatever. Hartenstein, his stock going up, but they in the playoff. It's gonna be interesting to see who going where in this free agent pool. But man, Zach Klansman was saying they can go either way. They can go get a traditional big, or they get, you know what I'm saying, somebody that can come off the bench or somebody that can start. Now, depending on if you get somebody that start, they got to be able to impact day one. If they can find somebody like day one, man, Memphis gonna build. They already got half. Listen, they got Three people we know that's starting right out the bat. More likely, they probably gonna start Marcus Smart. Gonna probably put him at the small forward, which I do not like. Then you got a couple of prospects. You got Santi Adama. Then you probably gonna have Gigi. We don't know where they gonna play him. Will they try to pair him up with Jared Jackson Jr. at the power forward? What they gonna do with Zaire? What they gonna do with Jake LaRavia? You know, they don't really have a bench. And then look here. But then I did say this. I said, well, if just say Memphis don't get number 1 draft pick, right? Just say they I heard Zach say this too, that it's a possibility that they might take there was available, trade down, swap draft pick, but drop down. But I believe Memphis, they trying to go for the gusto, like I was saying earlier. I think they want to go and try to get somebody who gonna be a immediate impact in their starting lineup. And then on the other side, far as your bench, see, you really can use a 3-man rotation. Center. 3-man rotation. All right, let me give you an example. Let's say you take Jared Jackson Jr., right? Just say you don't start him at center. Say you go get Edie. You take Edie, you set Edie down, you slide Jared to the center, right? Have a backup center. Somebody that can play power forward and center spot. That way, if he go down, he slide right in. And then too, like I think, long as Memphis go and get Taylor Coach Jenkins actually what he been saying that he really wants to play or how he really wants to play. He wants to play fast. He wants to have length and be physical, stay in front of your man, get the rebound, play smart, communicate. Like he bring a lot of things that Memphis is gonna benefit in the long run. It's a long season. In the long run, it's a long off season. So now one thing that we know Coach Jenkins want is defense. So if Memphis can come up with a plan to get some lengthy peoples in here, some guys who can, we ain't got to try to figure out what their position is. Memphis don't need no more of them. When you draft them, you should already know what he coming in to do. What you mean? Well, I'm drafting this person, 6'6", 6'7". I'm drafting Connect. I want Donovan to connect. I want Connect. 6'6", 6'6" guard. They saying he might be a lotto pick too, right? So if he drop, would Memphis take him? I don't think he worthy of a first round pick. I think you probably could try to, once you make your pick in this lottery, try to slide, see can you get back up in there and get a steal. It's somebody who what Coach Jenkins been saying we need. We need rebounders, we need shot blockers, and we need guys who can be able to stay in front of their guy. And you ain't talking about no Jordan stoppers and all that. We don't need that. We just need guys with length to play defense. So I'm gonna listen to the rest of this.
But he's taking on the top assignments on defense every night. That kid's like a sponge. He just wants to continue to learn and get better. And he's been doing that. He's gonna be special, that's for sure.
This is called a snap indenture or an overdenture. This is on the upper jaw, and I can just snap these teeth right out of there. You could see that it was a little tough. So these are the implants that go in the jaw bone.
Now this trip.
Hey, Jared, you played most of the year down the stretch. Bismack was gone, X was gone, Steven never played this season. You were biggest guy on the floor pretty much all the time for the Grizzlies. How important is it to you? How important do you think it is, not just to you, but for the team, to add a more traditional center to the mix next season?
Define traditional, really doesn't mean anything at this point. You add anybody who's going to come in and produce is the whole equation. Work with our group at that time, and whatever is going to sync us, a little more together is what's going to be the key here. Like traditional, non-traditional, that means less and less every year. So it's whoever wants to come and contribute and want to be here. That's going to be the key.
Jaron, in the back. You said on Paul George's podcast last summer that what happened against the Lakers humbled you guys, but you thought it would be really good for you guys as a group. I'm curious, this year you guys experienced losing a couple of years. Circumstances obviously played a big part in that, but did this year experience that, light that fire even more going into next season?
Yeah, for sure. You have to have that takeaway and just remember everything that happened, be able to process it the right way so you can use it as energy.
It's everything you wish for. Your site traffic is skyrocketing until this happens. Be careful what you wish for.
As energy, motivation. There's probably no more added needed motivation from forever based off this year and the year prior. So we don't even need that anyway. It's just extra. So I feel you though.
You and John, Des, obviously the core of this team now all on major deals. How much do you anticipate working with them this offseason when they're able to get back on the court? And I guess, how do you feel still about the core of this team and the opportunity to win a championship in this window where you guys are all signed?
Yeah, we've been with each other for a while now, and we know what we can do, and we're all out there. So I think we have a lot of confidence in that aspect, but we know that we also have to take our games to a new level to be able to win in the postseason as a unit. It's not enough to just be able to win all these games in the regular season or be a top 4 seed and, go out in the first round. It's just not enough. It's not acceptable anymore. So I'm looking forward to a summer of work, when I'm around them, when I'm not around them, whatever. We're always in communication about what we're doing. We always just getting on each other, pushing each other to work out like every single day, no one ever misses a day around here. And if anybody ever thinks about missing a day, everyone's going to get on each other about it. And it's usually pretty funny, but in reality, that's kind of like what you need. It's really a competition. It's funny. It happens all the time. If Des sees me coming early one day, he wants to come in earlier the next day. I want to come in even earlier than him. I'm texting the staff trying to, find out when Des is coming in. Sneak Des coming in earlier than Des. I saw his workout was 10 minutes longer than mine scheduled. I called him. I'm like, why is your workout longer than mine? Stuff like that. 12's in here every single day. 12's on the bike for no reason. You know what I mean? Not no reason, but for no reason. He's going to work out for no reason. around guys who just psychos, man. There's nothing else we know. There's nothing else we want to do. There's really nothing else. We tried to do other stuff. So we tried hobbies. It didn't work. You know how it is.
Hey, Jaron, you probably had your best overall consistent game for the longest stretch of the season this year. What can you do to build on that to take you to another level next season?
Train, man. Put a lot of training sessions together. Improve on my reads and my feel for the game and my overall patience and balance and strength. And not try to reinvent everything every year, but add little things to help me when I get in my prime. They all sync up. And it's not going to be just this summer. It's going to be summers after, and they're going to layer up and stuff like that.
What's up, guys? We're Dude Perfect, and we teamed up with Smoothie King to make the perfect smoothie. Let's go hound down, boys. Let's start with
Jaron, historically, guys like KG and Duncan, Rasheed Wallace, they kind of resisted the center tag, right? Shifting the center, even though their game, was predicated on playing in the post and moving outside. How much is that, or is that any mental barrier for you? Do you feel like you are a 5 in this league, or do you throw the numbers out when it comes to 4/5?
I definitely throw the numbers out. I don't. It depends on the game for me. I mean, I'm bringing it up at times, so I don't. You know what I mean? If you're getting it in off the inbound, there's versatility and there's stretch bigs, and then there's getting it off the inbound and bringing it up and running a play. So, I mean, there's just differences. I don't think the game will ever go back to. I mean, you see a lot of bigs on what they're doing. They're pulling. How y'all doing? I'm already knowing.
Gigi, in the back.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. Ooh.
I'm bringing it up at times, so I don't. You know what I mean? If you're getting it in off the inbound, there's versatility and there's stretch getting it off the inbound and bringing it up and running a play. So, I mean, there's just differences. I don't think the game will ever go back to that. I mean, you see a lot of bigs on what they're doing. They're pulling from half and they're 7-4. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, the game will never ever be the same. It will never go back to any of that. The training is too different. The positions are just a formality for plays and directions and how to teach spacing at this point. It's whatever you want to run, whatever gets you the win with the personnel that you have.
Jaron, this season had to take somewhat of a toll on you mentally between friends and teammates being traded away, all of the injuries. But whenever we talk to you, you always seem positive. How did you stay positive? And do you feel like you've grown mentally?
Yeah, when I talk to you guys, I'm still at work. So, you're still in that mode of thinking forward and thinking the next step is always supposed to be positive. thinking negative isn't gonna do you anything. Plus,
Weight
it's pretty
room,
annoying.
Jared.
So, I mean,
Weight
everybody's
room,
human.
Jared.
Everybody has thoughts that all the time. I mean, I'm not going. I mean, the day we found out about 12,
Weight
I mean,
room,
it was a
Jared.
low day for everybody. I mean, I think
Gotta get them
I don't think
legs
anybody
strong
felt
enough,
good.
dog.
You
Get
didn't
that
feel
body
good when
strong
X
enough.
left. Didn't feel good when D-Rod left. Didn't feel good about Steve. There's so many different things, you know what I mean? But there's still guys here working. There's no reason to bring anybody down. You know what I mean? That's not how we're built. So how do I stay positive, man? You just gotta do it. It's uncomfortable at first because you just want to sink into your emotions on how you feel about something and be stubborn enough to feel it. But once you work on it, it gets easier over time for sure.
Hi. During your rookie year, you and Yuda, the first two came to the gym early. Could you please talk about Yuda's work ethic?
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I think I remember a time when we were both working out a whole lot. Like I was coming back from injury or something. He was just training, and an example I could think of is like we had this little bike test, and I did the bike test, and I think I worked pretty hard. Like I would back my work ethic pretty well, and I got a great score or whatever. And then he did it and got a better score than me. It was crazy. And I'm like, to get a better score than me, like I know how hard I went. And so then I went back, did it again. I was like, all right, I want to do it again. And I did it again and beat his score. Kind of like saw him in the hallway and like mentioned it to him. He took that real personal and decided to completely obliterate the score. It wasn't even like he beat it by that much, but I had already like he did it and like collapsed on the floor, like trying to beat that record on a test for a bike that doesn't really mean anything. Like, but it still stands like in the records in the database. I mean, no one's gonna touch that. He's at the top, and it's him, me, and then everybody else. And I mean, dude is different. I mean, he probably doesn't have an off switch. He has a lot on his shoulders, from what I've seen when we were in FIBA, just what he has to carry, kind of just being that little jewel over there everybody loves. And that's got to be challenging, like all the time, It's kind of like being the chosen one. And he wears that. So you got to respect that at all times.
Two quick ones real quick. You mentioned FIBA. Are you planning to take part in Team USA training camp and all that stuff, trying to make the Olympic team?
Hey, if I get the call, I'm there, That's just what for me at
I
this
think
point.
you're on the list. I think
You think I'm on the list? For what list?
Like the training, like training camp. I don't know.
You got a list?
They put it out like several months ago, I think.
For real? All right. Well.
Or like you were on that like list of.
Hey, yeah. I was in. If it was months ago, I was in the season. I probably wasn't even thinking about it. To be fair, you talking about the finalist list? Yeah, the finalist list. Stop getting my hopes up, man.
Okay.
It's a different list. If my phone's not ringing, like I got Grant, I got Steve, I got everybody. I just spent a whole summer with these dudes.
All right.
They know where I live. Please, it's whatever.
Gotcha. So you're in if they want you in. Yeah.
Of course, I need a lick back, man. Came back with nothing.
And then you mentioned it was a low day when Ja got hurt. You all found out Ja was out for the season. He's obviously been through a lot the last couple years. How do you think he's going to come out of this next season? What do you think we're going to see from him moving forward?
Well, I mean, you got a sample size of it, so it's not like a mystery. He's definitely dude didn't play for however long, came back and had a game winner and a comeback victory on the road. So, I mean, he's definitely got a sample size of it. So, you got to is what it is, you know. Take that for what you want.
Everything that these Grizzlies are about to go through this off season, man, I think it should bring them closer together. It should bring. I hope he don't go. I hope they don't pick him. I hope they disrespect him. Well, not want them to disrespect him like that, but they don't think he a good player. No way. You can tell the way how they doing. So I think he should stay home. That's just what I'm looking at. Stay home, man, and y'all bond. Put that work in. Marcus Smart, put that work in. Luke Kennard, all of them working together in the off season. And I guarantee you, Sabonis did this. Sacramento Kings did this. So when he first got there and they had got beat his first year, he came back there. I think it was one of them. It was either his first year or his second year. When they met up, he met with all of them, and they went to the gym. Went to not the gym, but their gym. But they spent a lot of time together. They came out there where he was, and they blowed your mind with some of the stuff that he was telling us that they were doing. That's why Sacramento was considered a favorite before Mark got hurt. If he came back, they'll probably have a better chance. So what I want to do now, I want to kind of like do some highlights of Jaren and Bane them. Because some of them games I had stopped watching. Man, this man 7 feet, 11, move the way he moved. Like, the man went off for 40, 35. Love, swole love.
It was so fun.
Over to get the finish on the interior. Jaren Jackson Jr. showing a level of physicality on that move.
Sure did in the third quarter. You know, it was Jaren spins through the double team and scores anyway. And they are going to call it on Giannis.
What's the degree of difficulty on this? The spin there, and then off of the spin.
Clark. Jaren, two-man game, flop for BC. Pocket pass, Jaren banked it in, and the Grizzlies have the lead back. Sure what we had, but his attention to detail, his work ethic, his desire to not just be good but great, that's what's elevated him to MVP status. Jaren with a bank shot, and to that point, that's how you get to be a multi-MVP. Jaren with a hook. Long everything. It turned aside that time.
Rim didn't want that one. Nice.
Tippett, great look ahead from Jaren Jackson Jr. And the Grizzlies get something going in transition. And a timeout taken by.
We can get away with those type things.
So the Grizzlies down 3. Jaren going to challenge Lopez on the other end and finish.
You know, I said the matchup. Right now the Grizzlies recognize.
Goodwin. Spins, hooks, hits again. 19 for Jaren Jackson Jr.
Little jab step, mid-range jumper.
Portis is just in a nice rhythm right now offensively. Jaren again attacking, banking, and hitting Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren with 21. 11 here in the quarter.
Nice
Spins,
move.
faces up, fills it up. Holy cow. Jaren Jackson Jr.
You see here, nice drop down to Jaren. Takes his time, gets himself a little bit deeper into the
Grizzlies. They have a 1-point lead thanks to the Goodwin follow. Grizzlies 10 second chance points. Jaren drives on Lopez, lays it up and lays it in.
And as long as they could,
Double Antetokounmpo and Green had an open look as a result, but could not put it down. We dip below 50% on threes. Here's a Jaren three. Bango! Jaren Jackson Jr. with the triple, and the Grizzlies lead by 6.
Jaren Jackson Jr., the go-to player.
Couldn't reel it in.
Oh, good
And
hands by Jake.
LaRavia with a knockaway. Grizzlies with numbers the other way. Jaren. Goodwin knows where for Jordan Goodwin.
Like he didn't. Jaren's like, okay, I'm just going to stand here. I'm out to get the tip outs on that end.
Bucks 13 offensive rebounds. Jaren works against Lopez. Cooked them again inside.
Brook Lopez. You expect a quick double team.
Shot clock down to 6.
Here it comes.
Jaren. A baseline fadeaway three. Bingo! Holy cow! What a shot from Jaren Jackson Jr. Shooting in the dagger with 59.3 remaining.
Put yourself on the mat, Buche.
What does it take?
Man, a problem. I'm telling you, he gonna be a problem. They probably need somebody, man, that's gonna be solid at whoever come in, whoever that they bring in. Nigga, 49, that was 4 months ago, December last year.
Owning a small business means your sales, customer service, and head of closing sweet deals all in one. Spectrum One for Business is fast internet, free advanced Wi-Fi with Security Shield, and a free mobile line, all for one low price. Spectrum Business is made to work.
Can they get out and run before the Grizzlies are able to set their half-court?
Biombo screen. On the move, down the lane, the floater is up and in. And it had been, has been one of the big issues for them. Shot clock already down to 5. Bane trying to create off the bounce. Step back fadeaway jumper, it's in. It's a long 2 for Desmond Bane.
He can really go. Didn't know who he was when they drafted him. Had no idea who they were. And I've watched those couple of games. I know who he is now.
Bane behind the Biombo screen. Approaching 3 minutes remaining first quarter. Bane takes finger roll.
Elite score. And again, it's all predicated on guard penetration. Guard penetrating. This time it led to the whip around for the three. Desmond Bane's able to knock down that mid-range jumper.
John shuts off the baseline. Double by Jaren, stolen by Bane. Has Ivy on his hip, splits to the fence and finger rolls it in.
Yeah, good help there by Biggs to get back and help. The other thing the Grizzlies like to do in this half is run a little bit more. Only 3 fast break points in that first half.
Bane, tough finish. Bane crosses over against Bogdanovich. Handoff down the lane. Another finish at the rim. Roddy against Bogdanovich. Grizzlies clear out the side. Bane top side. Draws Stewart defensively. Bane elevates. His 3 is through. Desmond Bane, 2 of 4 from downtown. Rolls off. Rebound falls to Biombo. Bane, speed drive to the cup.
So Desmond Bane on another level.
Double digits in the first quarter and rolling here in the third. Killian Hayes.
See, I listen to you. You think I don't listen to you, partner? I listen to you.
I never eat. The thought never
Look at
crossed my
Dez.
mind. Bane
Look
again.
at
Dez.
Downhill Dez in effect. You can almost force his career to go the wrong way. I think to take that off, take the pressure off a little bit is Desmond Bane. And 1.
The Bane train rolls on. Livers the foul.
We're talking about what got better for this year. This is conditioning. His usage rate has gone way higher than what it has been in his NBA career. And he's been able to do it.
Noel curls. Bane, shot clock down to 5. Forced into a tough fadeaway. 3, it's through. Holy cow, what a shot by Bain.
If you want to be impressed with someone or your game be tailored like someone, not bad to be.
Grizzlies working on a 17-8 run. Detroit had an 8-point lead earlier in the quarter. Here comes Bain again. Floating jump shot. That's in too. Desmond Bain. Screen for Bain. Drives, fires, and hits. New career high, a 40-piece for Desmond Bain. Grizzlies do have one to give. Bain, the pull-up. Yes! Stuck on automatic, 42 for Desmond Bain. A lot of young talent, a lot of contending teams are going to want a guy like Bogdanovich. Bain, another pull-up. Yes, sir! 44 for Desmond Bain. Yeah. Bain for three. Bingo!
I'm out of here, Petey. I'm out. Let's take the hit, something. I'm gone. We're out of here, partner.
That's a mic drop.
But look at what 47 is. Step back three with a big contesting. Desmond Bain, unstoppable.
In towns all across the country, locals are finding opportunities at Amazon with free.
Hey, only thing I can say next year and can't wait. Uncle Paw Paw Sports Talk. I'm out.